Are we live? Wait for it. Wait for it. I think we're live. I think it's there. Hello? Hello? There it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're watching this and it does not say live at the bottom of the screen, unfortunately, you're watching the recap. The good news is we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you subscribe. You're on mobile. Press hard chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list and main channel if you miss anything. But today is going to be another fun day. We are hopping off of yesterday's little bit of volatility, the most exciting month of the year, or excuse me, the most exciting day of the month. But today is probably going to get a little bit more exciting. The markets and indexes may not react the same, but we still got a lot of stuff going on overseas. We did not get too much China escalation this morning, but you are going to get the Fed minutes and everything related to the Fed, the taper talks, the Jackson Hole, the end of the month. Well, you're going to get some of that data here today, so I hope you're ready. But we're going to go over everything. We're going to go over our pre-market check here. We're going to go over some of our plays, what we're looking at, the top news, and everything else. So I hope you're in. I hope you're doing good. But Chattadonia, hello? Can you hear me, Chattadonia? Chattadonia, can you hear me? Do you hear me out there? I got one thing for you. I just want to know. How are you? Good morning. Hey, how are you? Good morning. How are you doing this morning, huh? Good morning. Oh, it's a beautiful day, huh? Oh, it's a Bradley Frizzle. Oh, my God. How are you? Good morning, Horn. Oh, wow. Wow. Why are you going to do me like that in the morning, Mr. Frizzle? That's like a straight shot of adrenaline to the dome right there. Woo! Wow, it's 6 a.m. Wow, with the peach. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Y'all don't feel that, huh? Y'all feel that? You want to feel that? Or donate $0 to the cause. Let's go. Let's go. That's the type of energy we need. That's it. Even actions, any actions are worth it, baby. Oh, let's go. Woke up like I already have it. Amen. Look at that. Hey, let's fucking go, baby. I heard that every day is major. That's what I heard. So it's going to be a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready. I hope you're hyped. I hope you're excited. It should be fun. If it's not fun, we're going to make it fun, okay? But it is going to be a very interesting day. We'll get here a little bit into the news. We got a couple of companies. VRPX is up 100%. Firm received pre-investigational new drug. Weibo rises 5. Chinese social media reported good earnings. Viacom is up 3 after being upgraded by Wells Fargo. Tilray rises 7. That was with the deal yesterday with Tilray and their bonds. TD Holdings GLG sourced 25 following the China-based company's second quarter results. Target falls 1.8. Meditech surges 9. China-based English language firm reported increased revenue. Lowe's rises 4%. Krispy Kreme rises 2 after quarterly results. Cree falls 7. Amid ongoing gross margin headwinds. Children's Place falls 8 after the kids' clothing retailer posted net sales that trailed. B-Way rises up 18% after saying it received 510K clearance from FDA. And AZRX soars 43% after it announced top-line results from its Phase 2 combination study. So that's crazy. Any major events you should watch? Yes, today is going to be all about the Fed. You're going to get the minutes, but there is a couple of things there to start it off. I mean, the one thing the market is looking at here right now, the first piece of news is Kabul in Taliban. The Taliban fighters ring Kabul's airport with checkpoints, raising concerns that they will stop Afghans from leaving. Iran closed its border, walking back an earlier pledge to temporarily house people. Lawmakers implored President Biden to keep U.S. forces there until citizens and allies are evacuated. Afghan faces a cash crunch as the Taliban cannot access the nation's FX reserve, central bank Ajmal Ahmadi said. And remind me of that. I have tinfoil. I got tinfoil for you related to foreign currency reserves. Somebody remind me about that at a more appropriate time, okay? Good, good. The extent of Fed discord over tapering may emerge in today's minutes. Hawks prefer to lay the groundwork sooner rather than later, which basically means that Jackson Hole, but some recent data, such as CPI, seem to favor delaying a clear signal until September's FOMC. Strategists will also seek clues on why the Fed launched a standing repo facility, given the abundance of cash in the system. So that one is going to be key here. Again, they're talking about the fact that all the data, all the stuff you've been hearing with the Fed, today's minutes might show a divergence. We might see some more dissenting opinions. So depending on how that plays out, we'll get an idea if the Fed is split like the market is, or are they taking this unanimous front more or less. Futures were a little changed before the Fed minute. Treasuries edged lower today by the long end, as dealers prepared for the 20-year auction. That's today. The dollar halted a 2-day rally while oil rebounded from a 4-day slump as a U.S. industry report pointed towards another drop in domestic crude stockpiles. Bitcoin was steady around 45,000, and Ethereum slipped to near 3,000. No. Bloomberg Galaxy Index fell for a third day. Day trader billions flooding in the market spelled trouble for Wall Street. According to the quaint firm Robeco, retail allocations favoring speculative technologies are in almost direct opposition to traditional systematic trades. Investors in thematic indexes are effectively trading against quant investors, chief researcher David Blitz said. Kapula's flagship fund is set to function as a broker-dealer. Blackstone, Carlyle, Apollo, and other PE firms started offering products for rich individuals to invest in loans to mid-sized companies that banks won't touch. The lure is a potential annual return of at times surpassing 8%. Ooh. People move. Pictet's Boris Colatier, he is leaving on September 1st. Chinese companies applying to the public in the U.S. are facing increasingly detailed questions from the SEC about their offshore corporate structures. People familiar said many of the SEC queries have focused on the nature of direction of cash flows through VIEs, which allow Chinese companies to circumvent Beijing's restrictions on foreign ownership. Ironically, they are just starting to ask questions. Earnings. Target slipped as sales growth moderated. Comp sales were slightly better than estimates. Lowe's raised its revenue guidance as a comp sales fell less than expected. TJX rose after sales beat. Same-store sales rose 8.7, slightly better than expected. Cisco may show an increase in enterprise spending. NVIDIA today is seen reporting strong results in both gaming and data center businesses. Robinhood reports for its first time since IPO. Tencent's revenue was in line while net income beat along with cloud and fintech. Easing online gaming growth and China's expanding tech crackdown were in focus. Biden is set to unveil a plan to give Americans booster shots. The U.S. will extend mask mandates for planes, trains, and buses at airports and train stations through January 18th. The number of Americans getting the first vaccine rose to levels last seen in May. And then Texas Governor Greg Abbott got clapped with COVID. California wildfires continue. U.S. crude supply is showing another drop, offsetting some of the concerns spurred by the Delta variant. Stockpiles at the Cushing hub fell for more than a 10th week, dropping 1.7 million barrels. Today we have New Zealand. Fed Bullard speaks at 12. Crude stockpiles at 10:30 a.m. Got a bond auction at 1 p.m. Eastern. Fed minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern. Fed Kaplan is going to speak, and then Biden is going to talk on the vaccine boosters. Ooh. So let's see. Congress will question officials, including Antony Blinken and Lloyd Austin, about the handling of the withdrawal on Afghanistan. I don't know if that's going to be today, but they are. The Fed should announce a taper next month and the asset purchases by mid-2020. Boston Chief Eric Rosengren told the Financial Times. Still, FOMC Dove Neil Kashkari said the Fed is probably a few years away from a rate hike. Dallas Robert Kaplan will discuss economic issues today. Pelosi and moderates face off. UK inflation eased last month. European governments are locked in urgent talks on how to avoid a new wave of refugees in the region as the Afghans flee. China rich should give back and the state should adjust excessive incomes to ensure wealth is shared by all. That was the outcome of the first of the 4 days of meetings by China's highest-ranking party members. As reported by Xinhua, it suggests that recent interventions in China's economy may continue in the interest of ensuring social stability. Japan's exports rose 37% in July from last year's depressed level, slowing from a 49% jump the last month. Machinery orders fell. China commodity imports bought more crude and oil products in July than the previous month. Purchases of corn and soybeans dipped. BuzzFeed clashed with its biggest investor, NBC Universal, with the SPAC deal. Hurong dollar notes rally on reports to receive $7.7 in fresh capital. Sport Trader files for U.S. IPO after SPAC merger flops. Ford's Lincoln luxury division is updating the Navigator SUV with hands-free driving. Wow, I did not know that. T-Mobile's investigation into a cyber attack confirmed 7.8 million users had information stolen, with more than 40 million records from the past or prospective companies who applied for credit. SoftBank sold $14 billion of stock last quarter. Carlyle raises. KPMG. Swiss finance military will draw a draft law by next summer for climate reporting requirements. Target beat. Inflation is slamming the freezer shut, leaving households globally making sacrifices. Meat is often the first to go, ceding space to less expensive proteins like dairy, eggs, or beans. The stories of 4 families in Nigeria, Brazil, and India and the U.S. spotlight the kind of trade-offs people are making. Kathy Wood skeptics are growing in number. The latest is Semper August CIO Chris Bloomstrand, who in a barrage of 37 tweets said 6 of ARK's top 10 holdings are making money, but the PEs are higher than he's used to. Price to sales may be better comparator, but he said, I don't recall ever seeing a portfolio trading at 15 times sales. Old Navy was overhauled. And I think that's it. That's what we got. We went over some of the basic stocks here this morning. Again, you got some that are up 40% like AZRX. Then you got your earnings, your target. And then Tilray also has some of that. I'm actually going to look at wheat stocks today. I thought that Tilray news was interesting. UMC and Wish are clap. Thoughts on Tesla? I think it'll be a good day if, commodities and oil and a lot of things chills out today. I think it's just in that space in general. We will find out. The minutes come out at 2 p.m. Eastern. So 11 a.m. Pacific time, about 2 hours before close. CEO said he wants more Tilray. Oh, yeah. The Tilray, it's an interesting one. That is it's a convertible bond. So he's investing up to 21%, and that's about it. He's putting 21%, but he said that it doesn't have to turn into 21% of the company. It could either be a payout. So based on the legalization efforts, it will allow them to either have a really good investment or not. Thoughts on Verpax? I'm not too familiar with it. I've not looked. There was one today. What was it? Started with the V. Oh, yeah, Verpax. No, they gained 100% after the firm said it's that's the one. So it looks familiar, but I don't know anything about it. But they said it's a pre-investigational new drug response from the U.S. FDA for an antiviral barrier product. So I don't know if it's related to the virus or not, but that one's interesting. Actually, that just the antiviral barrier product, I think, in this space, I think it goes a long way with, again, watching the vaccine stocks and all that. So we're about to get started here. I hope you're ready. I am going to be watching Boeing, XLF, Walmart, HD, McDonald's, and then I brought up all these companies yesterday on the watch list. Jets, Away, Roku, Zoom, Myrna, NVAX, and then Tilray, but mainly Jets, Away, Roku, Zoom, Myrna, and NVAX. Just get an idea here of some of the industries, how they've been lagging or leading, and what it kind of means for everything. We got a couple of theories. Oh, XOM too. My guy, definitely XOM. But that's what I'm saying with just in general, we want to see if you get that push-pull today between the lockdowns and then Powell. So today's Fed minutes, that'll probably take more. So we will see what's happening. I am going to be watching XLF. Yeah, that's the play I made yesterday for financials. I think they have the least amount of premium, but we will see what happens with everything in general. Again, today the volatility, I think you're getting it. I just want to see if we get any velocity, but it may not necessarily end down. Ooh, Roblox on the high. Ooh, get ready, baby. Get ready. So you can say, hi, I'm working on Maritime. Well, you have a wonderful day, baby. It's going to be a beautiful day. And work, whatever you do, work at it well. Amen, 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 amen. HD is overvalued than Amazon is. I went to Home Depot yesterday. I went to Lowe's, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. I went to Lowe's. It was closer. But, man, I love that place. I was like, man, whoever thought of this one day, they were like, yo, let's just make a big warehouse and throw all the, toilets and screwdrivers and power drills in here. And I was just, and then Lowe's copied Home Depot. It was Home Depot first, and then Lowe's was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that next. And I was like, man, that's crazy. It's crazy. But, ladies and gentlemen, what's crazy is that we have all this opportunity. Is that, well, a lot of things happen in the world. We get to watch it in the comfort of our own home. And a lot of people just, they miss the point of what it is, or it's just not even missing the point. It's just easy to overlook. So that's why here every day, we love this country that we live in, but above all else, the people who represent the flag, the people behind it, the people who've sacrificed, just so easy to miss what people have sacrificed. And, that's why we do it here every day. We want to give a huge shout out on behalf of the people here, not here, all the veterans, active servicemen, people who have served this country. Just big shout out to the vets. We love you and thank you. We will never be able to repay you in what some of you have offered. So at the very least, I hope this could mean something. But we love you guys. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Shout out to all the policemen, the firefighters, the doctors, the nurses, the teachers, all the other public service out there. We love you guys as well, too. Thank you for doing what you're doing and holding it down. And shout out to the cult, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Send out the shots! Oh, it's game time, baby. On! Let's go. Wow. Shout out the vets. Good morning. Wake up. Wake up. How do you feel? You're here. You know that? You're here. You made it today. Shout out to people who made it before the bell. You know that? The bell. I'm going to tell you a secret. Can I tell you a secret? I'm going to tell you a secret. When I was in college, I barely woke up for the bell. I'm not going to lie to you. I hope you don't get that chest to the sun. Take some pride, baby. You made it before the bell. You know that? I wouldn't. Man, I'll be sleeping. That's hard to get up, bro. That's it. That's what I love. So, and you like the video in the morning, man. Some of you already ate breakfast. Some of you already pooped. Some of you already had your coffee. Some of you went on a run. Let's go, baby. Yeah, they don't hear me, man. I know. Who got you smiling like that? I'm always smiling, man. It's a good day. It's a good day, baby. I hope you're ready. Oh, dude, you got a little perp scrub in the morning, dude? Oh, dude, it's the best, dude. Somebody like you fall asleep, dude. You're like, oh, I forgot the Fibonacci, dude. I'm dozing off in my college apartment. Man, you type in. You alive. So get ready here. We're about to open up in 45 seconds. Like I said, Boeing XLF, Walmart HD, McDonald's, Jets Away, Roku, Zoom, Myrna, Amvex, Tilray, and XOM. Those are the ones I'm going to be watching. Shout out Mr. Greats. Oh, they're the Fibonacci, dude. Fibonacci? That sound like you ran Libya or something. You ever played a Fibonacci, dude? Oh, no, I don't know nothing about Fibonacci, dude. Don't. A lot of stuff going on over shit. Ooh! That was a loud bell. Round one. Fight. That was a loud bell. That was a very loud bell. NVIDIA has earnings today. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, charts. That's cool, man. You don't have to load. I wasn't really that ready today. It's fine. It's not like I came to trade here. It's fine. There it is. So, index is pretty minor so far. We will see how it plays out. Again, let's even check what we got for the rest of the world here. Loud bell for a good day, right? It's going to be a good one. So rest of the world, Europe is actually down. China was green all across the board. So today we might end up in the middle here. So let's see. I'm sure we could get our assessment very, very quickly. And then there's still a lot of other news and stuff going on. Myrna, yeah, watch the vaccine stocks. Again, all those stocks I outlined on the watch list, I really, they're ETFs and individual names, but like you could really see a lot of how the market is shaping up. If you look on the last month and just see the performance of these specific industries, it tells you a lot about the narrative and how things have played out. You could see it within the numbers. So keep an eye on those. If you see any laggers or leaders, call those out. Let's see, Coax, Amazon. I'm pulling up another set of news here. Apple strong. Viacom, yeah, Viacom got upgraded by Wells Fargo this morning. So then yesterday there was that reports that they're seeking other suitors and stuff like that. Target CEO not having trouble filling our job applications. NVIDIA after close. AAL clap. Are the airlines still there? Airlines down 0.3. It's not too bad. NASDAQ just went green. SPY only down 0.2, and then Dow is down 0.4. And then bonds have not moved as much, but thankfully the SPY's not moving as much. Mara, AMD shooting up. AMD 108. They're up a quarter. Again, NVIDIA's earnings today will be very, very key. Hurong confirms Cyclic-led recapitalization as investors. AAL clap. Airlines in generals are coming down, so watch that. Even watch FedEx and any of the other travel ones. XLF. That's down. That's outpacing there on the Dow. Dow falls more than 100 points. Fed Minix. Tilray's up 5. It's coming at Tilray. Tilray's struggling out there. Apple really popping. Apple is a behemoth. I really, even yesterday, the amount of call options that you saw on Apple, I was like, dude, people did not give a beep, beep. Where's my little beeper? Roblo's on the high again. A little bit of Roblo, dude. You know, if Roblo gets to the high ticker, dude. Oh man, that thing could go, dude. AMC extremely bullish. Yeah, Roblox above 80 right there. XLB, Ford on the high, CLX, Target on the low. So again, that could be poster. Target did good, man. Some of these good earnings are just, it's a shame to see them sold off like that. But they even got the drop on there. That one, I could sell premium on that one. UVXY is green, surprisingly, slightly. We'll see if that flips. Kramer just shit on UWMC. Why, man? Didn't I tell him? I said, be nice. I said, be nice. I know these guys. I know how they play. SoftBank unless $14 billion in tech stocks after gamma squeeze. Roblox 2%. HD's coming up. I'm looking at the premiums right now for Target. He wants it cheaper. They never say anything about what's it called. They never say anything about what's his name? Dan Gilbert and Quicken and Archite. Shh, we won't go there. We won't go there. He said, "Wait, that's what Kramer said. Why you keep talking?" Yeah. Yeah. See, Archite, that's the employer. Rob, I'm looking at the premiums here on Young Target. I just don't know how far people will sell this thing off. Both plays on energy into the end of the year. I think we'll have to see kind of following the summer here how some things play out. I think that will give you the most information. If that makes sense, because right now you've just got one of your biggest drops in a while. So the question is, how long is that going to last? Square Pop. No, the Target doesn't really pay too good. If Target keeps dropping, I'll sell premium on that. PFE really been on one. Went school supply shopping, went to Walmart, couldn't find anything. Spent 2 hours, went to Target, found everything. I should just go to Target from now on. What were the prices like, though? Isn't Target a little bit more expensive? If you want to bet on interest rates going up, what stock would be good? Shorting TLT or bank stocks? Essentially, banks have been the best one so far. Target CFO not having trouble filling jobs. Friday, call sweep on Tesla. I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at the target. I'm gonna keep that one up here. Watch out for HD. Remember, they had their earnings yesterday and they sold off heavy. It's not Target, it's Target. I had one of my friends. They don't speak English as well, and they called a Chevrolet like a Chevrolet, and like I never heard anybody make Chevrolet sound so fancy. I was like, you just made a Chevy sound so bougie. I said that's because it's like Chevrolet. Everyone knows it's Target. I was like, I never think about it. Chevrolet looked like a really fancy name. Think about it. Just think about Chevrolet. You'd be like, ooh. Speaking of which, Ford is up 1%. GM, they're recovering up there. The Chevrolet Malibu. Target. I want those premiums, but they're just weird. I work with French exchange workers that pronounce Detroit Detroit. Yeah, that sounds a lot better though. Detroit. Ooh. Roblox making another move. SPY coming up here. We're still down on the S&P. NASDAQ is about to break green. Dow Jones only down 1/3%. Explain the XLF play. The XLF play, there's, underlying with, the Fed rates, all of that stuff, but I would encourage you to watch the watch list. I gave a pretty detailed explanation as far as premiums and other options that we have. Tesla, there's Roblo. Target's coming down again. If that drops, I'll keep watching. Tesla's popping up there, 1.8. Square on the high. Sava, Open Door, Netflix. Square's up 2.2. Lowe's up 6%. Oh, that's good. Especially, it's weird considering, I guess they look like HD just a little bit more stable. Is commodity trading worth it with this pending super cycle? If you know about futures and you know how to do it, usually commodities trading is going to require leverage. But, if you're ahead of the game and you got it, it's, anything is worth it when it just all down to risk to reward, How much are you going to risk? What can you, what are you seeking to get out of it? But at the end of the day, as long as you get a long term, you know what I'm saying? You mix in with the long term, you'll be good. Roblox 81. I'm gonna play. Hey, I'm gonna play. Oh, dude, is that like Fibonacci, dude? I don't even think you Fibonacci that one. I'll just sell the puts. Well, now that the earnings is out the way, that earnings would have been the what's it called? That earnings would have been the better one. Or that would have been like the biggest move you would have seen. Of course, I get it on the worst candle. I get it on the worst one. I said, but that's what I like. I was like, it's up 3%. Some of the premiums are still cheaper than yesterday. So I'm like, man, you had 2 days of earnings. The stock is up 3%, and now the premiums were with even a decent amount of time. I forgot Roblox even hit above 100. That's why I was willing to go with it. Come on, man. What are you talking about? Hey, don't trade this. It's not a recommendation. You're going to lose money. Okay? It's a stream alert. I just made a play. I grabbed it September Roblox. I spent about $180. Okay? I got calls. Calls on Roblox. So I just did. You don't trade it. You will lose. Okay? But that's the play. God bless you. VRPX halted. But yeah, I just made the Roblox trade. I just did it right in front of you guys, so be careful on that. Coinbase will come up. It's not really loved. Well, a lot of people got into it. I mean, Coinbase has a unique, it's tied to a high valuation, the industry, all of that. But then it's also, tied to the price of Bitcoin, not to mention their direct listing and how they did everything. Lows on the high. Lows up 7% now. That's still going. I mean, watch even HD. Low key, yeah. Not getting the stream alerts for how long? Send an email and make sure they're good to go. Low key. I see what you did there. Dash pop. I think Dash got another stake taken in it the other day. Yeah, Dash just moved up there. Just went green. AZRX, there was something on it this morning. I think it was a biotech approval or an FDA note. DoorDash is popping right now. HD's going with lows. Your question about Taiwan, I did not see it. What's up? What's up? Hey, yo, what's up? Airbnb down. Oh, Airbnb down 142. Long term, I can still learn real estate while I sit on my long term chair. Hey, man, you can do a lot. You could do a lot. You could do a lot. You could do whatever the heart desires. Whatever is in your heart to accomplish. They don't feel me. Check Spotify. IWM lagging. Azure jumps 42% positive MS 1819 data. China planning attack on Taiwan. Won't that mess with our market? If they actually do it, if they don't, then that's it. But they've been like, they taunt each other for a long time. But they've taunted each other for a long time. But it's I don't know about the likelihood. I think it's possible, but I don't necessarily know if it's probable. It would just be a nightmare. If Taiwan it would be like a land invasion. People have been speculating and talking. That's why I said it's important right now. It's something we should keep our eye on, but the probability should be lower. But it is something that China has been taunting them. They've been talking about their boats and the ability to do it. They can actually, it would be a land invasion of Taiwan, which is absolutely unreal. Little cheekly on GME. Former Afghan President Ghani is in the UAE. He's probably not going back. He's like, dude, I was just in Afghanistan. I had to flee in a cargo plane on the wing. Now I'm in Dubai. He's like, can I get another pina colada? Shukran. Thank you. And I see he ain't never going back now. He's Dubai chilling, bro. That's it. Baba for the long term. I mean, somebody, I forgot which hedge fund said it yesterday. Somebody went as far to say that that China stocks are just totally uninvestable right now. So that's on you. I would say really, there's a good value. We've talked about it, but the market is clearly discounting their book. When you look at the valuation on paper is way higher than the price right now. And that's because the market is doubting the future abilities for, China to actually come home with that. SPY is, or Baba too. SPY is coming up here. We're still down on it. Surprisingly, NASDAQ is still red. We should have went green a while ago, I feel like. We got a lot of different stuff moving here. Let's get the bonds back up. Walmart, is it running or slipping? Walmart, yes. That one needs to come alive, dude. Even then, I only have like 2 plays on it, like really, really small, but see, those are up 40%. They just had a good ass earnings. That's why I'm like, what the hell? My NASDAQ looks up. Hey, clap your shit. PayPal. NASDAQ, little pop. NASDAQ is about to go green. We'll see. It looks like they're kind of matching up. SPY's catching up here to the NASDAQ. Dow Jones is still the laggard today, but we'll see. Costco on the high. I think the lows and Target, kind of balanced out some of the other earnings from yesterday's in a less negative environment than yesterday. Airbnb had great earnings. They're clap. It's just like Walmart, Airbnb. Their earnings were great, but then actually they killed the earnings, but then the guidance. But it's comparing to pre-pandemic revenue. That's what I'm saying. The market has been. It's weird what they've been nitpicky on and not what they've not been picky on. Honestly, I'm surprised Roblox is holding up better than Airbnb after the earnings. But then again, Roblox guided up. They missed their estimates for this quarter, but I think guidance has been more important in a weird way. Airbnb on the low, FedEx on the high, Walmart making another move. Again, those premiums are barely down yesterday, or were barely up yesterday. So Walmart's kind of coming alive. There could be opportunity there. The XOMs, where's that? Yeah, XOM is coming down here. So remember, just like I showed on the watch list yesterday, that premium, I really want to watch it here. Because we were at an interesting, again, banks, even then, very, very interesting. Who Wrong says it has no plans to restructure debt. Is Tilray still uninvestable? I don't know if it's uninvestable. I just, I've always waited for, my plan has been to wait for a lot of the weed companies to let them kind of prove themselves more and give it more time and let some of the more badder or the worst scammy ones kind of weed themselves out and go from there. You got to hold your Airbnb leaps now? Oh, well. I mean, what were you going to do before? Man, what was the plan with that? I bought 3 years at a time so I could day trade it. That makes no sense, man. I'm confused. Grab shares and forget, Trilly. I feel like I've been waiting for 10 years. We have been almost 2014. I remember because I was young, so it felt like a big deal when they first did weed legalization in 2014, and that's the first weed stock bubble. I hit that. I played some of those stocks back then. I was playing penny stocks back then, only on the weed ones because everybody was going crazy like they were over GameStop. That's why the recent GameStop small cap rush is only comparable to 2014, 2015, when you were pretty much 2014. You got a lot of short-term capital and small cap capital coming in, but it seemed like it was such a big deal because I was young. But fast forward, it's almost been 10 years, so it's been 7 years at the very least. Yeah, Tilray went crazy. No, but there's other companies. There was that first time there was Mine. You guys remember Mine? It wasn't even a fucking weed company. They would everybody would lie about everything. And there was just all these, but I don't think Tilray existed then. Tilray came along the second one. Tesla new high. Roblox coming down a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla's pumping up there. Boeing's on the low. So that's bringing down the Dow. The indexes have not touched green yet. So it's only been about 20 minutes. Let's see. Disney. Disney. See, that earnings was good. They didn't hold up. Dash is still going. Then Dash had the worst earnings. And then Dash is still, they still got to hold it up. FedEx, any feedback? FedEx isn't too bad. I actually like FedEx. FedEx, the shipping companies, they're going to be good. Right now they're going to hold the risk of just any transport stocks. I'm looking at transports to kind of get a gauge of demand in the economy. But I don't, I think it's a solid company that's going to be around. Tesla's still going. SPY coming down again. No indexes have touched green at all today yet. HD heavy lagger compared to lows, but remember HD missed their earnings yesterday, so it kind of it's getting weighed down by that. And then lows did good. chip stocks are still faltering. No way. That's crazy. Again, it did kind of cool off. You had that one day, but this right here is, takes you back to an interesting timeline. It's taking us right back to some of those March levels. They're still up a lot, though. UWMC pop. Oh, UWMC. Look at this guy, man. Such a good guy, man. He works so hard. Everybody just make fun of him. But he works so hard. He's hard worker, Hard worker. He don't care what the people say. He just work hard. He's a hard worker, man. Hard worker. I don't think Dash got any news. Spy kind of wants to go XOM sold off again. That was another like 0.5% right there. Shot pop. Hood on the high. Remember, Robinhood has earnings today. Oh, Hood. Candle. They're up 4% right now. Hood pop. It's actually a pretty decent pop. What you got there, buddy? And Shopify's popping off that. That's a dude. Look at what is going on with Robinhood. He's like, I will make my vengeance today. They have earnings. It's so weird because it's so early. I feel like DD down 5.6. Baba went green. Baba was green in the morning. I don't know how they went red. K-Web's up. Micron on the high. Yeah, DD's down 5. Bro, DD's about to break another low. XOM oil still selling. Tesla's still going up. Hood again, a third candle of volume. Very interesting. AMAT on the high. That's crazy. Remember when C3 was 170? I think I sold out at 1 something to make it free. I still have the free shares, but shit. Hood, CNET. Let's see, Roba. Nice. Oh shit, my covered calls. Or my puts. Yeah, no, covered calls. Remember I sold these covered calls on young Roblox. So I've totally forgot about that. That increased our percentage by a lot more. So these are going to expire on Friday. Yeah, I'm just going to wait till, I guess I could probably sell into some of that. If Roblox keeps going up, we could sell a whole new pair. Target down? Oh, I was thinking lows, excuse me. I was like, no way, Target. Yeah, Target. No, Target flipped. So if I sold the credit spread, Target just totally got wave with Walmart, HD, and Lowe's. They all did their thing. Bumble up almost 4. God is good. Amen. Only using my Robinhood debit card for recreational activities at college. That's good. That's good. What's is that like going to the bars, or is that like paying for a tutor? Do you guys do that? What college isn't like athletics? I feel like college entertainment is just going out and then going to the gym and then studying. I miss it, bro. I'm telling you, some of you guys, man, shout out if you made it before the bell, especially if you're in college. Some of y'all, you know how many people are still sleeping right now? Have you ever thought about that? Y'all don't feel me. Maybe it's too early. We don't have to talk about it. I'm just saying. There's some people. Video games, be very careful about video games in college. I literally watched half of my floor on my freshman year of college, first semester. Half of the kids on my dorm room floor failed out. And I was there with them, okay? I didn't fail out, but I know why they failed. They were playing fucking Mario Kart all day. All day. They would just play Mario Kart day after day. They wouldn't go to class. They just play Mario Kart. And they by the end, and after one semester hit, they're like, yeah, we don't have good grades. We're not going to pay for this anymore. They're like, why would I pay for college? All I do is play Mario Kart. I'm like, that was a person. Yeah, I feel. Robin Hood going up again. Best. You went to World of Warcraft? I've never got to play that. I never fell into that one. Only League of Legends briefly. I got a 0 first semester. I need 4.0 next 3 to keep scholarship. Yep. Apple is actually red here. So NASDAQ and SPY have gone green. SPY barely going green right now. Dow's down 0.15. Wish dump. Well, I don't know. I don't think Hood has any news. There's like a lot of activity there on a couple of names. Target, Lowe's, Walmart. A lot of these just came back to life. Nike and Lyft on the high now. Uber's even making a move. I wanted Uber below 40. Microsoft running. Hello, I'm a beginner. Hello, do you have a long term? That is the first step of every beginner should take, is make an account to set aside their budget where they could have stocks to buy once a month and hold, and then set aside the rest for trading or whatever else you want. We have Fed minutes, today at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So in roughly about, about to be 4 hours. Where do you sign up? You don't need to sign up for anything. If you want to go get a long term, all you got to do is just create a TD Ameritrade, a Robinhood. We have a video you could watch to get an idea, or you could always ask on here. We do have the long-term resources in the first link, but for the most part, all you got to do is make a brokerage account if you're new, and then set up your budget and add to it every month. Oh, dude, we need to break the like ratio, dude. Do you guys hear me? It's been 30 minutes. Clearly, we are facing another 1K like resistance. It really, really does happen. So, look at 20 of you. I saw you, 20 people. If you hear me, man, God bless you. I know you hear me. I just know you hear me now. You see what I'm saying? It's so crazy to think about. So, listen, man, that 1K like, oh, there it is, baby. Listen, I wanted to tell you before I get too hyped. I just wanted to, you hear me. I know you hear me. I just saw you. I literally, that's the closest I'm going to get to seeing you, because I just saw you do it. I said something and you clicked it. So it's just, if you're hearing me now, I hope you know you're blessed, okay? I know you hear me. So I know you hear me. I need you to hear your inner self, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe that's me. I'm like, you're going crazy. This is not even a stream. Nah, but seriously, you're blessed, okay? You need to have a good attitude today. Get your chest to the sun. Feel good. You got many blessings coming your way, and you can accomplish whatever the heart would like. Did I tell you I got a good philo today? Y'all don't want? Do you want where we could delay it? I've been talking about going to sleep a lot today. We could go back to bed. I don't know. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? We could just turn off the stock market and get straight to philo. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, traders. I'm kidding. But listen, traders, you need it long term though. Okay? See, if I don't turn on philo on the morning, you need to turn on the long term. Amen. Amen. That's a philo right there. Oh, dang, I got excited. No, it's really good, though, so I hope you guys are here when we get to the philo. It'll be right before the Fed minutes, so I think you'll like it. What if I love lighting my money on fire? Do you have an interest in camping? You could light other things on fire that aren't money, but I feel you, though, sometimes. I feel you. As long as you got peace, my friend. As long as you got the peace. I got the joy down in my heart. Hey, down in my heart. Hey, down in my heart. I got the jaw down in my heart today. I trade aggressively so I can add what I make to the long term. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Just always make a priority for the long term. You know what I'm saying? If you want to double down on a segment, if you want to go aggressive to try to make money in one area, just make sure any aggressive move does not take away from the priority of building out the long term. That's it. Dude, the fib retracements become too popular, dude? Nah, dude, the Fibonacci's been around forever, dude. It never can be popular, like, too popular. You know, I told you I fib when I drive, dude. Like, you know, sometimes I'm going to go to the gym. I'll be like, oh, look at the Fibonacci, dude. I look at the flower, dude. I'm like, oh, dude, that's totally a Fibonacci flower, dude. So I'm like, oh, dude, I start putting out the numbers, dude. I'm like, fib here, fib there, dude. So, like, never too popular, dude. Fibs are everywhere, dude. Ever looking to the sky in the cloud, dude? I'm fibbing when I'm looking in the sky, dude. It's like, I'm fibbing, I'm skirping, I'm herping, dude. It's the same. Like, it's a really cool experiment. Oh, never fib and drive, dude? What do you mean? You drive a steering wheel. A circle's a fib, dude. It's a Fibonacci, dude. Told you. Like, I'm telling you, I've been professional for a long time. Fib will take the wheel. Abby Vi. Wow, 119. I didn't even open up the long term today. I need to. Abby Vi, 52-week high. I didn't know. No way. Didn't it clip a higher than 120? Oh, wow. This is interesting. So, yeah, 125, 120 on Abby Vi is insane. HD on the high again. Walmart kind of chilled out. What was the other one? Lowe's. Lowe's is still killing it. Hood had that little move. Calm down. Dago in the peach, baby. It's not Bradley Frizzle in the peach, but we love you. God bless you. I hope your day is good. Shout out to people who like the video. Shout out Dago. Shout out to people who hear me. You know what I'm saying? Who hear me. When I tell you you're blessed and they hear me. You know what I'm saying? They hear me. Target waiting. Fubo dumping. I think there was... I want to say they got a downgrade. There was something on it the other day. What should I add to the long term? What's your ratio at? Are you more weighted towards growth or dividends? That's a good place to start. I hope your day go well. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Fubo was an offering. That's what someone said. Someone said, like, Fubo just dumps massive amounts of shares, but they said read the filing and you'll see. But they're still holding up very good. I mean, again, their earnings and user growth was great. BRPX, that was the pharma that was up 100%. They're dropping. Spy Green. You ever average down on Valander? No, I'm going to hold that one. I think that one's just kind of a mix of time and waiting till it comes back around with some of that wave there. And it hasn't dropped too much. Spotify's still in the long term. Hell yeah. It just got clapped. I mean, but I'm still up on it on the long term, believe it or not. Spotify is ugly, dude. This thing, I'm telling you, that's crazy. It's coming back to this level. Like, it's about to be in, like, the 2020 zone. And they were struggling before that. A little bit. Very, very, very fascinating. But, again, their earnings were, you know. Democrats asked FTC to investigate Tesla's self-driving claim. Why are they coming after Tesla? I don't even like Elon like that. I don't get it. Oh, you guys want some tinfoil? I have the biggest tinfoil ever. Biggest tinfoil ever. Oh, it's a great tinfoil. All right, can you handle it or is it too early? It's only been 30 minutes. Lowe's is still going up. Spotify on the low. Foreign reserve tin, yeah. So I brought this up the other day. It's honestly, I mean, it's not even tinfoil. It's just because I'm trying to figure out the answer to this. And it's like, it's wild. It's wild. Like, it actually is. So remember, I brought this up even on the watch list. But remember, I showed this to you at the beginning of the Afghan crisis. So here's the Afghani currency. right? So you've seen it weaken a couple times. If it goes up, that means it's weakening. This is paired against the dollar here, right? So what you could see it weakening in the midst of the crisis, and even the other day, it peaked out because we've literally cut off all of their money. They have no access to dollars, and they have no Federal Reserve or government with the funding to be able to handle it. So theoretically, it should weaken like crazy. That's why I'm looking at this move today, and I'm like, how in the world does this thing even gain strength if nobody is able to step in on it? So that's the tinfoil. That means there has to be somebody else stabilizing the currency. It doesn't matter what they have. They don't have their central bank, and their access to foreign currency reserves does not exist right now. So there's billions of dollars that they cannot touch, that they cannot use to balance out the currency. Like back in the day, this is where like George Soros broke the pound. This is where a lot of people like just certain times with currency, like you can't control it like this. So now you're telling me your finance minister, your head of your central bank, and your president aren't even in the fucking country, and your currency is self-stabilizing. Is a very, how to make it weaker. Well, it should be weak because people are they should be trying to get whatever they can, and then, pretty much selling their Afghani currency. Usually any times of this, like a good example is Turkey. Like you guys remember when they tried to do a Turkey coup, when they were like following the president in his jet and all that, the currency weakened like 20-30%. Anytime especially in these developing countries, anytime there's an issue, the currency will usually get weakened as people are very quick to sell it off. So that's why when literally this is what's happened. Like their currency strengthened in the last day after weakening, but the question is, who the hell is buying it? Who's giving them dollars? Who's buying it? Why is it and usually if you're a normal country, you would stabilize it yourself. So like countries will buy and sell their own currency, and they do it just to they do it to balance out the rate so it doesn't go crazy, so you could get currency stability. So that's my 10. Could probably Kathy would. Kathy's like, I don't know. I think it's really disruptive. She's like, they made a big disruption. They were in the news. The innovation of Afghanistan in the next 50 years. I think it's going to be good. She's like, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? Well, now there's Afghani coin. I'm telling you. Could be the reason Russia's pulled out. But again, I mean, it's just even it's not really traditional for other countries to like, in that situation, you wouldn't even want to step in on that. Essentially, the Afghan currency looks more stable than damn Turkey. I'm pretty sure if I look it up. Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to let's see. See that. Look at it. This is what I'm saying. Like this is what happened with Turkey. I think that was 2018 was the coup, but you've seen it at various moments, and even then, what do you notice about Turkey? They keep weakening. This is a rapid pace from 3 to 9. That's showing you in 5 years your currency has almost lost value 3 times over. So that's why I'm like, in Turkey is a lot more stable than Afghanistan right now. Yeah, Turkey's part of damn NATO. So that's why I'm like, I don't know about this one. That is my tinfoil. I rest my case. I hope it helps. There you go. Some economic thought to think about. Anybody have answered? You could look into it. Why does it go up if it's weakening? Because that's how currencies work. So it's in the sense of it's saying $1 will get you this many currencies, right? So it's like if 5 years ago, if $1 got you 3 Turkish lira, right? That means $1 got you 3 Turkish lira. So if today $1 gets you 9 Turkish lira, what happened? That means the dollar's stronger and the Turkish lira is weaker because now $1 gets you more of the same lira. They obviously have at least one national power that supports them. So, of course, someone's going to buy. That's probably that would be the only explanation, but then it's who, and then how many billions, if not trillions of dollars are we talking about to stabilize a currency where there's an exodus, essentially? The tin is the Afghan currency is getting too much strength. It's strengthening when it should be collapsing. It's literally it's a phantom. It's like there's a phantom central banker chair that's operating. So legit internal demand. Honestly, that could be it. I couldn't answer this for you. That's what I'm saying. I think every single I like it. I'd rather have you hypothesize on it. And like I was saying, it's like somebody's getting involved. Could be legit domestic demand. Who know? I mean, who knows? It's a phenomenon is what I would call it. You know, just to see it, it's just not something you really see all the time. It's just something that it's just very, very different. Where is the line chart? I could probably overlay it with some of the other currencies, but this move highlighted it because it delayed. When I called it out the first time, it didn't weaken as much, and then over the weekend, it went berserk, and that makes sense. To go from like what 80 to 86, you almost lost 10% of your value, but then now it's strengthening again. Someone who wants Afghani heroin, why wouldn't you pay them in dollars though? You'll get more. That's why it's very, very. Can you explain this in basketball terms? It's like the coach getting ejected, and then the players aren't subbing out each other, but somebody's still subbing out the players. I don't know if that's a good analogy. So it's like who's right? This is some Space Jam shit, dude. I don't know how to explain it. And that's it. I don't know if that works. Tesla low, killing it still. Assistant coach. Yeah, I mean maybe. I can't answer this question. I'm telling you. That's why I think it's as much as it could be quote unquote. You can arrive to a tinfoil answer, but there's an economic response to. There's an economic answer in this, but it's we don't know just yet. Again, it could be a country, it could be a person, it could be anything, but then it could also be legit domestic demand. It's very, very hard to say. Walmart, where's my TLT? Everybody in the TLT. SPY hitting another high now. Dow is about to go green. Did Afghan have bank accounts frozen? Yes. Not only that, they got their foreign exchange reserves frozen as well, too. So whatever they had in reserves with the dollar or anything to balance it out, and that's what they do. When you have foreign exchange reserves, that you use those to buy and sell your own currency to stabilize the price to avoid any speculative attacks or, massive devaluations or strengthening. That's why it's somebody is stepping in. It's 8 times the charm on the dip. Well, this one we didn't touch the 50 DMA. So, or simple moving out, you see. So we would have had to have come down. Now, if we edge up higher, this is gonna raise up. But you'd have to come down to like 4. Is that 24? No, 434, 433. How they know which accounts are Taliban accounts? How they know it's not the Taliban? It was Afghanistan's. So now that it's not the same government in control, they froze those accounts. Like, and I think, and it makes sense because otherwise they would have been, they get over $3 billion a year of aid from just the United States alone. So, and that's not to mention any other foreign aid or anything that they've had in bank accounts there. Honestly, still weird to me how Taliban has Twitter, but Trump does it. It's funny because I've heard that from like both sides. I've had people not really into politics that's been a funny joke going around. TechCrunch. Spotify expands radio DJ format, music, and talk to global creators. Spoken word commentary with music to reproduce the radio experience of listening to a DJ. Available to creators through podcasting software Anchor. The expectation of today's Fed minutes are divergence. So, great question. That is going to be a big key here today. But again, yes, I feel like the market's jumpy, though. I mean, analysts are going from not caring to like right when the market starts moving, they really start looking into the details. Like, I feel like they're looking too much into it. But today, it's going to be about the Hawks versus the Doves. So, as we get the minutes, it's not going to explain any future policy, but it's going to explain how they arrived to the decision last meeting to not taper and say what they said. Fed decisions, they vote on all of them, right? Everybody of these members, they vote on what they agree with and what they don't. Are they dissenting or do they agree? So what people are expecting for this minutes release is that you're going to find out who is dissenting. We're now expecting, or now analysts are expecting today, that there's going to be more dissenting than not as the Hawks want to do it early. They might show up on the minutes versus the Doves who don't want to do it early, and then they're not going to dissent. So I think it's going to be very interesting, but we will see. It could signal a shift in terms of just the Fed view and everything else. SPY, IWM, they're both shooting up. Did everything rally up right now? Yeah, even XLF went back. XLF's still red. Dow green. It's right there. Hey, it wants. That's a big move, though. Again, you saw how now Nasdaq's up 0.18. We've called it out every time one of these has gone green. It was a slow grind, believe it or not. It's been about 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Viacom's up 5%. I mean, Viacom's nice. I like the Viacoms. Like for the explanation. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So the minutes come out at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. We will be going over all of them. It's very, very good. All sectors green. Now, if the banks go green, then how's healthcare? Healthcare is still red. So some of the ones that, it's a little bit of a flip-flop, but it's all moving slow, but you're kind of getting the general direction. Again, China did good today. Europe did bad. So, I mean, we got one more hour, 10 minutes. We'll see. We'll see. Remember, we dropped the baton yesterday. BB popping. Target fighting for green. Damn, that whole move was just to go green. I guess it was Lowe's was the one. Lowe's is up 11% now. XM on the high. Target for the green. Tesla. Why did Roblox just get pinned? This guy, man, he just stopped right there. Come on, Roblo. They're talking Tesla on CNBC. Baton reference made me understand so better. Amen. Amen. Lowe's is going up again. Ulta on the high. Ulta was one of those picks I wish we got more of. We only got those couple shares and then went up 50%. Lowe's equals Target, HD equals Walmart in their respective industries. Yeah, kind of. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, Lowe's is nice. I went to Lowe's yesterday. I like Home Depot better, but like Lowe's just felt like cleaner. It's kind of like well, I like Walmart too, but like Target is just like the clean version of Walmart, or like the bougie or more expensive. That's why I've noticed Target is more expensive though. I don't know if it's the same with Lowe's. Target's still going. BB running, Palantir. Lighting matters. Yeah, I think Lowe's just has better lighting. Josh speaks and Roblox starts pushing. It should. What do you mean? You just saw this rally of everything, and then Roblox is leading, and then it just stays pinned for 20 minutes? Come on, huh? Hey, what's going on? You say your kid's not playing it? Stupid. There's more people playing Roblox right now than shopping at Target. I can guarantee it. It's bullshit. Huh? Hey, look at the premiums. Come on. Yeah, Home Depot's lighting is awful. Senators urging FTC to launch investigation whether Tesla uses deceptive marketing by labeling driver assistance as autopilot and full self-driving. Nah, man, that shit autopilot is for... What would I call it then? I don't call it driving assistance. That shit drives me. I assist them. That's it. All I do is just touch the wheel. That makes me sad, though, honestly. Come on. I don't even like Elon like that. You know it. I respect the man. I'll be the first one to call it out, but, like, all of a sudden, the world is all about EV, and then they're going to go after Tesla? That's crazy. They're Como-ing Tesla. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Unaccept. No, I sold my shares. I'm not a shareholder. I sold even the free shares. I said, fuck Elon. I'm not. Believe me, I'm not. That's why I think I'm very neutral on this one. That's why I'm like, come on. I'm not even a shareholder anymore. I'm out. I'm not even. I don't get down like that. The Tesla. I'm already traded. That's fine. I'll even sell my Tesla, but I'll call it how I see it with that. Damn, never mind, GG. I have puts on XOM. I got them a while ago, but I called it out on the watch list yesterday that they're doing that little premium dance when they get clapped. I pulled out a while ago after the whole Bitcoin thing. I was like, man, he's literally just kamikazeing Bitcoin with his holdings. Palantir, I saw that one yesterday. Apparently, it was linked to the Black Swan thing, they said. I thought it was two separate, but they said it. They bought $50 million of gold bars, and that they're predicting a Black Swan event, which is kind of ominous considering that Palantir is in the business of predicting shit. So I was like, huh. I still can't believe you sold the free Tesla shares. Yeah, I just didn't want. I was over Elon. Maybe in the future, but who knows? Who knows? I just wasn't. That's it. It was an emotional time, but I don't regret it. The XOM premium thing, it's just like that So where is the XOM? Like right here. Like these premiums were down 80, 90%. Then they went, let me see, the January 22nd, 35 puts. Oh, you guys want to play Xbox? But it's like when you start seeing premium that dies, and then it comes back to life, and then it dies again, then it starts to come back to life, and then dies again. It's like it starts to stair step back up, but it's kind of highlighting the volatility and expectations there within the company. See, so like they were down a lot more. That's what I'm saying. Like they're going for 12 cents now, but they were down 50% more from where they're at. Then they shot right back up. You know, at one point they were back up to 20 cents. Then they come down again to another low, back down to that 8 cents, and then now they start shooting back up. So it hasn't really, you can't see it too much. You can see it on when I zoom in on the chart. That's why I'm saying it's different when you look at it. It is just stair stepping down. But that's why if it gets pretty much back up to this level and it starts to breach out from there, that means the premium and attitude is pretty much going to be shifting there. So we saw it with like Alibaba as a good example. You see, look at Alibaba's up until the puts actually moved. You see what I'm saying? And these are even, I think if you go further out the money, you can see it a lot better, right? Where you buy them, they drop, then they pop up again, then they shoot down to a new low, they come up a little bit, but then they go down even lower, right? You start seeing that theta effect, and they come back to life all of a sudden, and then they die once again. Little pop and die, but then eventually, once you kind of break past out that range again, and the attitude and perception shifts depending on what the stock is doing, then it could start getting into that breakout mode. But we need it to go down. So obviously you need oil to get clapped. That's the only way it happens. So but I'm slowly but surely, that's why I'm calling it out, just to watch it. And depending on if I could see it again and we could get better timing on it, I may double dip on it. I never looked at option charts. It's fun too. And you could get a lot from it. What you think about long term? I've answered this question probably like maybe 1,000 times in the last week. You know, it's on balance sheet it looks amazing. It looks great on paper, but it just may not come to fruition in the market based on the market price compared to its value. It looks like the market doesn't think that will actually materialize. You know, it's Baba is the person who is good on paper. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever met somebody where like you look at their resume, or like you just like if you look at them on paper, you'll be like, wow, this is an impressive person, and then you meet them and they're just a shithead and they don't really have the same technical skills. That's kind of like Baba right now, where Baba it looks good on paper, but people don't believe it's going to perform. You know, Baba has like 4 degrees, but is unemployed. U.S. recommends giving booster shot of Pfizer Moderna. Crude oil falls by 3.23 million barrels. So you just got oil data that just came in. And then option plays, all I did was oil's popping a little bit off that 66. The only other option play I made today was Roblox. Four degrees, tons of experience, but smokes crack. Kind of, or like has all these degrees, has these experience, but then just lives with an abusive girlfriend who that he takes care of, aka China, and she won't let him do anything, and then he smokes communism with her, and then that's it. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. So Myrna, they popping. So U.S. gave the booster recommendation. That is technically news related to it. Oof, I felt that. It's okay, man. It's over now. You're good. Like the video. It's fine. It'll be okay. Communist pack, son. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, dude. They just smoke mad communism together. It's bad. Boosters be given starting 8 months after vaccine second dose. Mao Zedong's economy from 1940 to 1970 tells you everything you need to know about communism. There's a documentary on China. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, China used to be dirt poor all the way even up till the 80s, even the 90s, honestly, up until 2008. Yeah, Myrna's popping off of that. Tesla's still going. Lowe's wants to make another run. It's already up 11. They're giving third doses in pharmacies. CVS was calling me back to give vaccines. Why are black swans unpredictable? I feel like all events are predictable if you search hard enough. Nah. That's the nature. Like, some stuff you can't, like, there's no way you could have forecasted it. Like coronavirus, there's no way that was a black swan. Like, think about it. Like, up until like January 2020, like, you didn't expect it. I mean, sadly, yeah, hindsight, it's there, but like, there's some stuff like, a sad example is Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? That happened right before COVID, but there's no way you could have. Nobody saw that coming. You couldn't have done enough research, statistics to say what would have happened with this or that. And then it's events like that. Even in 2015, China, when they weakened their currency the first time, there was no way to know. Turkey, when there was that coup, there was no way to wake up one day and say that the military was going to try to clap the president over there. Even Afghanistan, waking up over the weekend, even Biden will say it himself. We didn't think it would happen this fast. There's no way you could have saw certain things happening. So that's why it's called a black swan, because there is truly financial events or that have a big financial impact that you cannot forecast. Come on. You know what's going on. Yeah. China, the first fiat, what went wrong? I would have to say just communism. I mean, again, it was a different type of communism back in the day before China started copying. It was more like North Korea, where they just lived in this little society. They were outside of it. They were outside of society. They wouldn't partake in it, and that's why it didn't do as well. And they got off to a really slow start until I think it was Mao Zedong or one of the people back in like the 70s and 80s. They made their first trip to America, and they showed it on television. And they showed the Chinese people, like, they went to Europe, America. It was mainly Europe that they saw, and they're like, wow, these people are doing way better than we are. They have so much more technology. Their life is so much better, all of that. And it allowed them, and then, yeah, their minds were blown, and they were like, we need to bring that here. And then they started changing things, aka copying things, and then they went from there. I think it was Zedong's, the person who came after him. Yo, man, I got some new commie strand if you want it. It's a out-of-body experience. You don't have any control of your actions. It was Deng Xiaoping. And then I think, it's crazy because if you go through the history, the names, it's hard. I can't remember the names as well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of X's and I's and I, you know what I'm saying? But it's related to even Xi Jinping today. They're like, his father was tied into the governments. That's how he kind of made his way in there. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, and you get to understand how it is. But Xi Jinping, I mean, he's been an interesting president. I mean, you do got to respect him with what he's done. Sounds pretty corrupt. I mean, it's different. I mean, I don't condone what goes on there, but seeing that's why. So don't take that respect comment too out of context. XOM bouncing. Tesla shrugging off any investigation news. Palantir. I really want to know what that Black Swan. I mean, again, though, I don't think they would issue that days before Black Swan, but we will see. TLT. I haven't been looking at TLT. It's dropping. Watch it pop and watch me profit off the difference. Wednesday. I mean, respect can mean don't underestimate. Not I want to be like, yes. Amen. No real estate call tonight? No. Whoa. Unless you guys want to party live. We'll see. Maybe if we'll. I have a gym day today. I got to go to the gym today. But I might be able to run it. We'll see. Fed meeting. Fed minutes. You don't work out. Man, you're fat. I saw you the other day. Yeah, look at lending tits. Go do a refinance. Get out of here. Is this guy? You're this guy? You got a little gut, bro. Last time I saw him, bro, I thought he was having another kid. I was like, wow. Are you pregnant? That could happen nowadays. I don't know, man.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
Go Pally World. Is that Palantir? Bumble's on the high. Yeah, Palantir's rocketing right now. I guess the market likes their gold bar news. It's good. I mean, if Palantir gets active here, that'd be great. Would love to sell some covered calls. Pally World is Palantir. Back today. Today's gonna be today's gonna be chest tries. Chest tries, baby. Good morning, Chads. I made it to the gym this morning at 5 a.m. Feeling proud. Let's go. Let's go. You probably use Bumble. Damn, man. Why you gotta come at me like that? Nah, Bumble don't work when you don't have a face. It's weird. I tried, but then like it didn't work. It didn't work. So then I got into 4 arranged marriages. Shout out Afghanistan. What? Can't say that, dude. Oh, why not? But that's true. Oh, what? Palantir, yeah, they bought 50 million gold bars. BB again. The minutes come out at 11 Pacific time, 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, BlackBerry up 5. I think they got some contract not too long ago. Snap, Roblox. There you go, Roblo. Finally. Why does the market have to go down? I guess I remember that. Yeah, man, that's crazy. If the Taliban could get in the gym, what are you doing? Yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, bro. That's if they can make it to the gym, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. U.S. Kirby, there's no Taliban control over any area of Kabul. That's going to be a new Nike commercial. Taliban, just do it. That's it. They're going to do it. They're like, thanks, LeBron, but we got our new poster. Growth stocks popping. Well, we just went red. Dow and SPY just went red. NASDAQ, the only one holding on. I'd watch the key indexes. I'd watch XLF, XLV, and then the travel stocks. Taliban Airport could be an issue. Let's see what we got here. Growth value stocks bring great divide to Russell. So mid-month stock pressure and hawkish Fed minutes likely today. Stocks could remain under pressure today, and the Fed minutes from July meeting might sound unduly hawkish. Equity weakness is not only likely to due to the negative news stream, COVID, slowing China, macro, new SPAC supply, geopolitical concerns, and a recent state of weak economic data, but also algos appear to have started their mid-month selling spree, which can often last a few days. Additionally, this week marks the expiration of monthly options. Mid-month dips in the U.S. equity markets around option expiries are nothing new. The dollar's been dancing around below significant resistance, may continue higher if stocks weaken. There's also some fairly large expirations on the USD JPY at slightly higher levels with the large demand on put options on yen futures of late. There could be excitement at the morning fix. The recap of last month's FOMC meeting is due at 2 p.m. New York time. Given the Fed's desire to remain transparent, the parade of intermeeting Fed speak makes the details of the meeting increasingly irrelevant. Additionally, the meeting was followed by weakish economic data, mostly from consumers that would have not been considered at July confab. Most economic news at the time was still super upbeat, a factor that may make the minutes sound a bit hawkish. St. Louis Fed James Bullard, hawk, speaks ahead of the release of the minutes. So do you guys get that? That was from Alice Anders, rate strategist in Chicago. A couple cool things there. So they're saying that given how much the Fed has talked before, it probably shouldn't be too. It's going to be hawkish. It might sound hawkish, but it shouldn't be anything too crazy considering we've got to hear from a lot of Fed members. But then they're also saying that it's what's it called? You're going to get James Bullard, and the economic data from last time aren't economic data like consumer data, the consumer sentiment, that is not included in the last month's meeting because that data did not come out yet. So here's the mid-month selling pressure. So you can see middle of the month we've had, and this is on the option expiry. So here's right now where we're at. Here was last month's option expiry. Here was the June option expiry. Here was May's option expiry, and then here was April's. Pretty interesting. So we're kind of in the middle there, and we got the Fed. So we will see how it plays out. Palantir is just Palantin, Apple's selling off now, so that they were already they've been leading on the downside today. Electrics. So stocks fluctuate. Investors await Fed minutes. B of A survey shows fund managers seeing tapering by year end. Robinhood will report earnings for its first time since debut. Stocks fluctuated as traders awaited the latest Federal Reserve minutes to gauge the direction of monetary policy, with debate growing on the timing and tapering of bonds. High-low tickers kind of moving here a lot. Palantir's still leading, or on there. I don't know if it's a leading on any indexes, but Boeing's about to go green. Damn. DraftKings bonds are selling off too. There is going to be a bond auction as well today. Yeah, DraftKings, if it could wake up, that'd be good. Where's those TLTs? I think I could close these out. I get $300 profit on that, and they expire on Friday at 150. Jeez. So 21 cents, how much would I spend? I spend 210. No. I said I'm closing it. That makes no sense. How much did I get? Oh, I got 50 cents for it. So I sold this at $1, sold that at 48. $0.53. So if I buy back at 21, that's a little bit above 50%. So I could close it before bond auction, and I could close it with TLT dropping right now. Yeah, I'm on both sides of TLT with some time. All right, I closed out the TLT spread about 50%. So now we just have the puts and calls for the yearly. But I actually made money on that credit spread. Not too bad. That was still 50%. I mean, it's about $300. Nice play, GG. Remember, that one went against me too. So that was just like, remember, right when we did it, it was the same time period there. This one went in the money by $2, and then it fell out recently. So again, there is a bond auction today. They expire on Friday, but 150 was where I was at. Anything could happen here today. So I think it's a good day to close it. I think we pushed it out for a while. Now DraftKings moving. I like the DraftKings. We brought that up a couple times. Partners with NFL's Baltimore Ravens for sports betting. It's not moving too much. Bond auction in 10 minutes. Good timing. Unless it goes down, then I'll be like, oh, I could have made more. They're going to start mask mandate. Yeah, they extended the mask mandate till January. I mean, I was like, damn, January, that's 2022. Crazy. Dollar holding that 93. Let's check. Yeah, it's just flat. If the dollar shoots up past, I'm telling you, if the dollar gets past here at 25, shit's about to go crazy. Or if it gets even higher at 25.50, you start entering a way higher level here. But the velocity there, again, I mean, I hope you watched yesterday's watch list. I mean, I said, you could be there's different strategies. You could try to get early on everything. You wait till it actually confirms. But all of our metrics from bonds to dollar, they are all at elevated levels. Putin and Iran, they discussed Afghanistan in phone call, and they talked nuclear deal. I don't mind you asking. Well, even if you ask nicely, it's still, I feel very uncomfortable. And it's mainly just the environment that we're in. Answering the question. I just don't like answering that question. So, whether it's asked nicely or not, it's my medical history, unfortunately. Fortunately. I have a good philo for you today, though. It's a very good philo. Roblox broke out as it should. As it should. It's like growing up in a Middle Eastern household, and then you go to the doctor, right? And then they're like, do you smoke or drink? And then you're looking at the doctor, and then you're looking at your mom. You know what I'm saying? And then you're looking at the doctor, and then you're looking at your mom. They're like, do you smoke or drink? And then they're like, are you sexually active? And then you look at your mom and then the doctor. And then your mom and the doctor again. And you're like, can I answer this in a different place, sir? I'll be like, I don't even know what a cigarette is, Mom. That's crazy. Who would do such a thing? That's why they made that law. But like, he died of smoking cancer. He didn't even smoke for the last 20 years, he said. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. SQ pop, coin pop, coin pop. I like Square. Square, if there is ever a real big discount on Square, I'm going to buy it. It's too much. DraftKings, did it finally pop off that news? It kind of delayed, yeah. Baltimore Ravens news. It's kind of moving now. That Ravens news hit pre-market? Oh. So then maybe just getting steamed now. AMC, you guys, damn, y'all clapped him for the rocket ship quick. He was just trying to say AMC price target 3,500, man. What do you... Come on. You don't like spot at these levels? I do, but I mean, I feel like I've already been beaten so much by it on that other play that I'll just, if it comes close to my normal purchase, I'll just buy it there. Like I have my, what the hell's that? I think I'll just buy it because I'm still up like 30% on the 30 or 40% still on my what's it called? On my long term. I'm sorry, I looked at my phone. My mom texted me from yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't see she texted me. I thought my mom curved me. I was like, damn, Mom. She sent me a picture. She sent me a old picture of me as a kid. And like there's like a picture of me as a kid, and then like it's been a picture she sent me many times before, like we've all seen it. And then I looked in the background and I was like, is that you? And I was like, was that you in the background? And she was like, holy crap, after 20 years, nobody noticed that. You can't see it? Can you see it? I mean, I don't look anything like I do as a kid. I might be able to show you. I don't know. I'll have to talk to a compliance. We'll see what they say. That's it. I'm quitting. Hey Siri, open Robinhood and sell everything. Man, if Siri had that much authoritarian control, that would be crazy. The Fed speaks at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern. Let's go. And a shout out to the vets. Let's see if ETH can move up here. We will see, man. Even in general, I mean, if ETH, I know Ethereum, Bitcoin, they're kind of trading in that range there from the recent run-up. But if they do start slipping from here, we'll see. I expected more from Coinbossy. Coinbossy. Did we just confirm Josh's birthday? Moms always send child's photos on B-days. Nah. That's not. My mom just sends me a lot of. My mom sends me Bible verses. I mean, again, my mom barely orders on Amazon, so she's still stuck in like 1990. So like photos are still like new for her. So that's all she could do. And then she like uses her abacus to like calculate her budget, and then and then she'll be like, oh, look at this. DAO up 1.3. XOM green? No way. Yes. Oh, that's Zom. I was like, what the? Still, though, that's actually a pretty big bounce. Damn. X. Roblox coming up. Spy's about to drop again. Bond auction coming in soon here, too. Baidu upgrades. Baidu Brain 7.0. Oh. I don't know why I get Mom from Waterboy vibes where everything's the devil. When we were younger, like that's what like even our friends we would joke about it because like that's what it was like. But she's chilled out a lot more. The bond auction is where they issue new government bonds and then they sell them. So they auction them off and then it hits to the banks and primary dealers first, and whatever they bid on the bonds, it factors into the open market rate because people see the demand for such a large purchase. Airbnb's green now too? Damn. It's weird because tech is the only thing that's up right now. Spy and DOW are fighting. The question is, has she chilled out or have you guys matured? Honestly, I think it might be the latter, to be honest with you. Because there's so many times where I look back and I'm like, dude, she was right. Like some of the stuff she was telling me was like the devil. Like I was like, Mom, you tripping out. I'm like, oh my God, that's the devil. Oh my God, rebuke it now. I'm like, shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. AMD's still selling off 2%. Wouldn't there be a larger supply in bonds, then demand would go down? Yes, but then that's why the auctions are so important, because depending on the supply and demand, you get to see what people show out. So like if there's a fat supply of bonds, but then everybody still bids them up and buys them, it tells you a lot about it. And that's where people start. So you'll see a big reaction on the bonds, depending on what it is. Kathy Woods bought Palantir. Is that part of the move here today? With it? I know the gold bar stuff. Is Bullard live right now? Because Bullard is coming on before the Fed minutes. Kind of interesting. Show VWAP. Why does this sound like a Twitch chat? He's like, open VWAP. Show VWAP. Chill, bro. He's like, yo, stand up and show VWAP. What? That's a technical analysis indicator. Chill. There's Fed Kaplan. Where's Bullard? Bullard. I got you, though. I got you on it. You got to do SE balance sheet? No, but I want to. I've been seeing so many, it's a big holding. I forgot a couple of the funds have it as some of their top holdings. Kathy now has 800 mil worth of Palantir shares. July, Walmart offering low-cost flu shots. Joe Biden's approval rating plummets in wake of Afghanistan shambles. These are just headlines coming through in the wire right now. BlackRock has $1 billion. Palantir. XBEV, Roblo. The Roblo premiums went up a little bit. Just a little bit. But, I mean, again, they're still cheaper than where they were the last couple days. And then Roblox is a little, I guess Roblox could be higher. Apple on the low. So Apple's leading on the downside here. I mean, again, I think it's a big laggard. Granted, it has been a big leader the last few days. BlackRock has $1.3 billion Palantir. That's the largest holder? Wow. Defensive is becoming the new offensive for U.S. stocks. U.S. stock investors are likely to tilt more defensive as COVID cases rise and economic data weaken. Tech, however, is left stuck in the middle. Cyclicals are falling out of favor versus defensive stocks. At least the days are getting bigger, though. I mean, this is a little bit, it could still be a little bigger here today, but at least you're getting movement. I mean, I'm more down with that. Airbnb on the high again. Palantir, little candle. No, defensive stocks aren't like, ta-ta-ta! Not like that type of defensive stocks and like boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? Defensive stocks are like defensive industries. So like the industries that are always kind of in favor, like healthcare. Healthcare is a good example of it. Like, you know, looking at like industry and all that, like people are always going to get sick. People are always going to eat certain, what's it called? Like government. Some defensives could be in there, but like defense contracting. But people, the stocks that people turn to when shit hits the fan, yeah, like Hershey's, stuff like that. I think even Altria. I think Altria would count as a defensive, I want to say. Or value. It's hard to say. Like, where's Walgreens? Walgreens needs to break 50. Yeah, Coca-Cola, that's a defensive. Even though it's clapped. I think health, but you could see how it's kind of performed in the last 100 days. Even in the last 30 days, right? Like, take a look at it. You know, like go, like just on the charts I showed yesterday. If you pulled up, like let's look at like UAL over the last month. They're doing decent. They got clapped. I forgot which was the other one. We had like Jets, Away. You know, even Zoom in some of the text. But then look at like Coca-Cola. Look at like United Health. Even XLV. Send in the chat. Baba popping. Roblox. There you go. Getting some volume here at the top. I'm with it. I think, I hope. I mean, it looks, we got earnings. You're getting an epic bounce. It did this before. As long as the volume comes in. So this is the first time I bought options on it in a while. And then once our covered calls expire, I'm going to probably sell more on my shares. Then SPY a little bit below VWAP, but it looks like we're uptrending here. Snap new high. So again, we did the August. This was a covered call play. Remember, we own all these shares of Roblox. I was able to short these calls. Remember, we agreed to sell them at 120, right? So you can see right here, now August 20th is this Friday. Roblox is not at 120. I get to keep all $3,000 of that premium. So I'm going to probably do it again now because once they expire, I will be able to sell more calls. So let's see. Is it the same? I think like 3 months is what we did last time. How much did I get per? I got $370 a pop. See, now I'd have to sell the hundreds for that. I'm going to wait till it goes up more. You see that? Because if I wanted the same like 3-month contract, if I wanted to get $370 a contract, I have to agree to sell at 100 instead of 120. Do you see the difference? That's the biggest difference with some of the covered calls here, because now I was able to get a way higher price and still walk away. Dude, 370 premium is beautiful. Bro, why can't you get that price? The premiums are low. I guess that means expectations are kind of slowing down as Roblox has slowed down. I bought the Roblox in March 18th. Then we got a little bit more in May when it dropped. So anytime it's really fell below, and then our average price is $69.29 on 800 shares. And then we have some from the first day of IPO. I still have another like 60 shares on the other account. $800 shares. Yeah, I like it. I did that instead of a house. So if you go watch the video, I have a video on it. It's called Why I'm Buying 100K of Roblox. I only ended up walking away with like 50, 60 grand of it. And then it started ripping up. And then that's why I was like, all right, well, we'll just keep some of the cash. And then I bought more UMC with some of the extra budget. But this was during March when real estate was going crazy. I said, well, I was buying some other houses. I needed to make an allocation for my investments. And instead of putting it on a down payment and getting a property, I said, I'm going to just walk away with some Roblo. I like the growth aspect. This was as part of my inflation play. Inflation, and now it's funny how it's morphed into getting both sides of the open and close trade. Yeah, Baba shot up a little bit, but I feel like it was up more pre-market, but still in the danger zone. At least you didn't get any China escalation, but the meeting they had about the Hong Kong stuff and kind of hinting that they want more social change. Again, because they've been using that as a guise to just crack down on everything. Ford, Apple kind of bouncing off the bottom. You don't catch me a tuna tomorrow. Ooh. I really like tuna. I've never caught one. Never caught a fish, but I love it. Coin is green. SGOC. SGOC. Sounds disgusting. 80% SGOC. You got to fish. Oh, no, I went. I've said this story. I think fishing is awesome. I just suck at it. I went like 5 times, and I never caught a fish once. Like, I really just don't think I got that fish vibe. Like, I think they don't like it. I think they know me. They know what I'm up to. It's like every time I make when you make a trade and it goes against you and you're like the market maker knew. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fish knew what I was trying to do. Like, I guess my bait was too knockoff. They're like, that ain't a fish, dog. I ain't biting that. That's it. They're like, that don't even look realistic at all. They're like, I hear you. I'm too sus to fish, honestly. They know. They're like, I don't know about this one. I say, like, I tried it. I put pita bread on the hook. I was like, this works everywhere that I'm from. I mean, we do this all the time. That's it. I threw some hummus on it, but nope, I ain't get one bite. SPY's dropping a little bit. You're below VWAP. You're going to come back to where we were at open. As long as the NASDAQ, if NASDAQ flips, that's not going to be good. And then watch XLF. See, banks are doing good now. XLV, if the defensives pick up there, So you're getting a little bit of a flip-flop. It doesn't look too crazy again. Bond auction should be soon. I thought or maybe it's going to be a 1. When will Redfin get on Zillow market cap levels? Can't imagine it not happening. Eventually, you know. Remember, Zillow had a head start in the industry. Like, Zillow was the first one. That Zillow existed before Redfin, and Redfin is still not in every market. So, like, Redfin only has, like, I think, this was as of 2018, 2019. I believe they only had 1.5% of the real estate market, or 1%, which the real estate market's huge. But based on the total revenues and everything else, like, their market share is tiny with what's available. So I do like Redfin a lot. I mean, if that shit comes down, even more. We already own some in the bigger one. Actually, Redfin looks my guy. See, but you could pick this up at $12, $20. Redfin reminds me about Redfin is like a better version of Fubo for the real estate market. Even when I look at the chart, you know, it's one of those where it's like, okay, it got hyped up, it went up a lot, but the business model is still there, but you're still at a premium. Does that make sense? Like, I like Fubo. I think Fubo is good, but it's just like I saw it so low, it moved up. It still has room to grow, so it's still like that's there. Market share is measured by the commissions in real estate, or the portion of revenue that they make. So, like, out of like total real estate profits generated from like agents selling, all of that, they're, you know, looking at their revenues, they only have 1.5, and then I think they're less than 30-40% market penetration in terms of the available markets they're in. However, I will have to I have to look at their updated earnings. I'm basing this off of, you know, some of the more older trends that they had. I think that they did better. So we'll see. I think that'd be a good one to look at. But Redfin is you should read the Redfin 10Q. Whenever they have their quarterly reports, I mean, you could actually learn a lot from it, and you'll be able to get an idea of the real estate market, and you could see how they stack up. I play NVIDIA calls for next week. Well, do you know what's happening with NVIDIA today? Redfin has room to fall. Well, I mean, again, I've seen it. I've held it for a while in the other portfolio, the big port. I've always loved Redfin, but, you know, I've seen this thing from IPO. Like, I was there for IPO 2017. That's when I got it. But you saw this for years. It really did. And again, remember I was telling you about the real estate market. Remember I was telling you guys how, like, back in the day from 2017 to 2020, it was a weird market. Like, you could see Redfin even downtrended because, like, you were able to negotiate. The real estate market was not hot. Not at all. You had more people very, very bearish on real estate. And you see it in the stock. So it's like this thing, it's moved up a lot, and it's very, very cyclical to a degree, or it's like seasonal, depending on, it's just going to flow with the real estate market. I'm aiming for 200 shares at 48. It's a good company. I mean, I'm not, you know what I'm like. At the end of the day, I could honestly say whatever price you get it at, I think Redfin is gonna, 10 years from now, it will be a staple in the real estate game. Do they acquire houses like Open Door? God, no. And I hope they don't, because like Zillow does that and they suck. Any of those, like, it's so weird because some of these real estate companies, they're awful. But again, it is also their models and how they're going to go about it. But Redfin's X factor is their agents. So Redfin doesn't waste time. Redfin could generate leads. They're making money off ads and leads. But then the biggest thing Redfin offers is they are able to get part of real estate commissions, and they have real estate agents coming in there, and they're taking an extra step to get revenue and get market share. And that's where you want the money right there. It's like I don't want like Zillow buys the houses and sells them. They've been doing awful. But Redfin is facilitating the buy and sell. So that's where, they're taking 1.5 off top of everything. And then if they help a buyer, they're getting another 2.5% because they pay all their agents on salary. EXPI I like as well too. Their growth has just been unreal. They've already taken they convinced me again because we had our real estate brokerage. We switched to EXPI just because it allowed us to get everywhere in the United States. So it allowed us to widen. But I wasn't the only one. A lot of respected real estate people, they all made the switch to EXPI. So it's still early. Again, even with a lot of the real estate technology right now in these new real estate companies, they're new. It's hard to think about. Like Redfin is a couple years old, So even EXPI, and now they're getting into their growth phases. So depending on that plays out, it could be good. But I like all of them. But there's some I don't like. I don't like Zillow as much. Like I like Redfin and EXPI. I like more than any other real estate stocks, and just companies itself too. Matterport, not really. I mean, I'll see if I could be wrong on that one, but like I see the money is within the brokerages and the search engine brokerage, Redfin and then EXPI. How you differentiate from premium and natural growth? Price to earnings, or comparing the growth earnings, like the earnings growth ratios. So you could do earnings to sales and stuff like that, but you could kind of just tell, like I'm saying, like Redfin has grown a lot and they've done a lot, but you've also seen, where, everything got hit with that high end, everybody just started buying everything. PFE pop. Remember, you got the vaccine booster news. SPY fell. Every index is red now, or NASDAQ went red right now. Redfin is minus 50 from all-time high. Yeah, I'm more worried. I'm more scared that it's up. It's up 300% from all-time low. Because, again, when the real estate market isn't favorable, Redfin gets crushed. I helped, dude, that thing for 3 years just killed everybody. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was, and again, the real estate market has fundamentally shifted, but it's still, like, it's crazy. Open door. I'm not as into those. I just know, like, again, I just know, maybe I could be wrong. I think no is a bad, but I do really believe in it. Like, I know that Redfin is just going to be a powerhouse when it's all said and done. So, like, there's all these other companies, if anything, but most of them, they all kind of need Redfin to survive in a weird way. Because we about to nasty reverse. No, I think we're chilling out here. I mean, even VWAP is a lot chiller so far. It's been almost 2 hours. Yeah, I'm still holding XL up. I sold my house through Redfin. Nice, man. Thanks for hitting me up. So you don't ever say that to any real estate people, bro. But that's why we invest in Redfin. You see, that's the hedge. That's the hedge. Don't ever. You're in a room full of real estate people. Don't ever say, "I just sold my home at Redfin." Don't ever say that. I'm hooking you up, man. I'm not even an agent, so I can't even Mm-hmm. FSBO. If you FSBO, you're just you're gonna deal with it like it's a nightmare. Uber. Oh, Uber is getting some steam right now. You love pissing on real estate agents. That is a weird role play, but whatever you're into, man. I feel Uber ripping. Good volume. I don't know. Is there news on Uber? Yash, Roblo. We love Roblo. Eric Graham, my guy. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Is it smart to hold through minutes? No, I'm going to liquidate my whole portfolio. Yeah, the minutes aren't that important right now. I mean, it will have some effect. We're going to get data, but I mean, you shouldn't get you're not going to get anything larger than like a 1% move. And that, like a 1% move would be big. The market will probably move 0.5%. So if you're in mostly day trading positions, it would make sense. But I made the joke there because I own a lot of equity, like even in our long term. So a lot of the plays are swing trades. There's not anything kind of dependent. But if you do if you're doing like a large scalp coming into the minutes, I mean, you'll get a little bit of volatility. Palantir, I like it, but I don't. It's just like Redfin. It's like I like Palantir, but I don't like it at the price. Like at the same, it's like I know it's gonna be around and I know it'll be there, so I could be more patient. And I already have some exposure, so I'm exposed to Palantir, exposed to Redfin, all of that. So it's like when it starts getting crazy prices, it's not like Snapchat, it's not like Airbnb, it's not like some of those ones where I'm like I keep wanting buying it while it goes up, or Abivai. Even Abivai, it hit a point where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit with Abivai. The minutes, because it's just Jerome Powell right now. You're literally, I mean, I think I said it pretty straightforward and simple on the watch list last night. It's right now the only thing the market cares about. It is you have two things. It is either going to be what Jerome Powell and the Fed does, or if you see a dramatic shift in the virus leading to global lockdowns, not domestic lockdowns, but everybody else. If there's a dramatic shift in the virus that gets worse and it leads to slowing economic activity, again, China, ports closing, stuff like that. It even ties into China's antitrust and all of that, but it's either that or Powell and the Fed. That's it. That's where now, and you're gonna play that dance for the next 4 or 5 months until we find out if Powell is even gonna stay or not. So that's where I think it's very simple, and I think it's cool to see, but that's why the minutes are getting so much importance. But like we discussed, some people are saying most of the bad economic data that came out this month, it's not included in the minutes. When they made those minutes, they didn't know what the data release was going to be. Or they probably knew, but they didn't talk about it. So it does hold a little less weight in that aspect. But now the best part about this minutes here today is that people want to see who the hawks are really going to be, right? You've seen so many people on the Fed. Imagine all the Fed speakers. We'd be like, oh, Fed Rosengren said this. Fed Bullard said this, right? Quarles said this. Bostic said this. That's the Fed transparency they've been talking about. You've seen them over the last few months. Every single report, you got to hear from the Fed, all of that. So now what people want to see in writing is who is dissenting the opinion, who is agreeing. So the minutes are going to give us some idea into who is really the hawks and if there is, dissension or division between the Fed members and how they've came to these conclusions. So that's why it's like today's important but not important at the same time. And it's kind of reflected here in the market. You could kind of see it. But we'll see. Is there outline for what to look for this time? No. That is the FOMC. Right, so last time when we went over that, we'll have all of that next time too. When it's the FOMC, we could go over a lot of different stuff, but this is just the Fed minutes. So remember the last FOMC, the last decision, this is the minutes showing how they got into it. Emotions played, now followed actions, yes. And it's just like it's becoming very clear now. Like I'm really, I could say it with a little bit more confidence. As opposed to, a couple months ago, things were moving like this and that, but like it's very clear now that Jerome Powell and the Fed have a huge control of the market, like even more than I could have originally thought. But then it's also highlighting that when you're seeing what's going on with the rest of the world, the Delta could escalate into a different scenario, but it's not what we're expecting, right? Again, we're so caught up with what's going to happen here that it's easy to ignore what other actions other economies are going to take, and that would undoubtedly have an effect on us. It may not be as big as an effect, so it doesn't mean that it'll be as big as an effect as the first COVID stuff, but it does show that, you know, if other things change, if there's a dramatic shift in Europe, if there's a dramatic shift in China and all of that, then we will see something, and we could stay exactly the same, but there would still be an effect. UMC's doing, that's what I would say, is doing its thing. Do you think Tesla could buy Uber? Yes, if they wanted to. Actually, I don't know. Uber's pretty expensive. Actually, I don't know if Tesla could do. I don't think they have that much cash. Walensky shot efficacy against hospitalizations remains high. Where is the greatest depression guy at? I don't know. The greatest I forgot about that. I don't know though. I mean, I feel like it's like Uber and like the self-driving, it's not looking good right now. Or for Tesla and the self-driving cars. I know a lot of people say it, but like, I mean, if Tesla's, the connotation behind Tesla self-driving is either it's the dopest thing ever, or cars just running into fire trucks. So I don't know if like you'd be like, yeah, I want to get an Uber from Tesla. I don't know. We've had this talk a lot. I just think if anything, I think they would partner up with Uber. That would be the smartest one. A lot of people think that Tesla is going to overtake Uber and that Uber is going to have to compete with Tesla over taxis and weird shit like that. But I think it all boils down to they would probably partner up with each other, and that would be the best use of productive resources for both of them. This is E-Trade Pro. That's what we're using. We also got TD Ameritrade. If you are new, get a long-term investment account. Don't sleep on it. Anybody could tell you that here. Anybody. It's one of the best things. You know, we're the last of a dying breed. Surprisingly, it is not preached about as much as you would think. So if you're starting to trade right now, go make a TD Ameritrade account or go make any brokerage. I don't have any sponsor links to sell you, no affiliates. So this is whatever you are mostly comfortable with. Go make a long-term investment account. Set aside at least $100 a month and allocate it towards stocks that you know and use in your daily life, and buy them every month over time and stack that up so that while you are trading, you are able to still, you know, make the most out of the stock market and walk away with something that just better than any retirement portfolio or anything of that nature. Yeah, gamble on options for sure. Amen. But get something forever. That's exactly it. And it's just like, you know, I seen like some memes and shit of people, like financial memes, like, you know, it's financial advice memes. It's like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, I don't know how many of you have a 401k, a retirement plan, a college fund, all of those things. Like, you know, stuff that is so, especially if you're self-employed, you better have a long-term. But if you don't have those things, or even if you do, this is how you supplement it. And even if you have a long-term, it covers all of those. Invest in ETC or Doge instead. You've never used ETC or Doge in your life. So unfortunately, you could add to crypto as you see fit. You know, I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum in 2015. And I got, you know, it's a great investment. But at the same time, you know, it's going to be growth and high risk. I would throw that more into the gambling strategy, or you could speak a little bit. You could speak a tiny, tiny bit of, you know, of your allocation for growth. You could put it towards crypto, but I wouldn't really go with, as much as I love Ethereum Classic or Dogecoin, I would say, you know, Ethereum or Bitcoin is the first two you should get, and none of this is a recommendation, and then you could go from there. Oh, which do I prefer? ETC without a doubt. I'll take ETC over most of them. ETC and Stellar are the only other like non-Ethereum Bitcoins I'd touch. Why ETC and not Ethereum? I already own Ethereum, so I like Ethereum a lot. Ethereum is great. If Ethereum comes down and Ethereum Classic is the same price, I would buy Ethereum, 100%. Ethereum's great. I bought Ethereum at $8. That's my entry price on Ethereum. 8, 12, and then recently in 2020 at like 1,600. Or something like that when we made another addition to it. Because, again, as I saw it, things come to life. So it's a good thing to have. Good thing to have. Yeah, no sushi coin. Lending Tips bought a bunch of Cardano, remember in the past, but I didn't. I'm not a fan of it. I keep it simple. I'll be on late. I'll jump on next time it goes crazy. I'll be on the bandwagon and I'll buy in at the next 50% up or down moment. I'll let time do its thing. I mean, I realized I was like, man, I'm patient. The patience, just like power, you just gotta be patient with it. You know, that's the whole point with long-term investing here, is that you really like, you know, you'll fall in love with certain things that you like little by little, you know, and give yourself time to build out the positions and give things time to prove themselves. And sure enough, they will. I still had the hood call. Oh, I forgot that one's gonna cover earnings, huh? Bond auction came in right now. So we didn't get too big of a move. Nah, minutes are coming in at 2 p.m. Eastern. Arnold's take on bonds is you must get to the yield. They're doing the option or the auction. But Harry, come with me if you want to yield. Harry, get to the bonds quickly as possible. Thoughts on this tinfoil? The old American auto companies that are more ingrained in American politics want Tesla to fail. And that's why Tesla is left out of the Biden's EV meeting. So the sad part about what you're saying is that it is not tinfoil. It is called crony capitalism. And the guy you want to talk to is, what is it, Ron Paul? Not Ron Paul, Ralph Nader. Ralph Nader is the one you want to speak to. But crony capitalism. It's sadly, that's why I say it's kind of disappointing to see. Because so go, and again, that's kind of my opinion with it, but what I mean by it being not tinfoil is go research Ralph Nader and the auto industry, GM, Ford, all of them, and the history they've taken, and with government and government action. Ralph Nader was the first person to ever fight back against the auto industry. It's a historic cases that they've had. So it was all based on like health and safety. And even when you look at it now, you have to realize, you know, you don't have a, there's not any new auto companies. Like there's a lot of these ones on the stock market, right? But though that you haven't seen their cars on the road, you know, Tesla's really been the only new car company that has came around. And it's because of it does with Ralph Nader and like cars and safety and all that, but they've turned it to lobbying, and they've genuinely turned it into a money game. It's hard to compete now in the auto industry. You can't have, it costs, I think it's like $3 to $5 billion to safety test the vehicle if you wanted to come up with a new vehicle. So, and that stems from back in this was like the 70s, 80s, I think. Not pop. Ooh, regen. Oh, regen's popping. Regen, Zim on the low. Yo, Zim, check news on that one. That one's falling.